Hello everybody, this is Spirelli and welcome back to Booth. I don't know how to feel right now. Sad? Relieved? Scared? All I know is that invisible fist is wielding again, mercilessly. Okay, so it's our turn today to either stand in front of the jury or be the jury, which I don't know which one of those is more terrifying. Only one way to find out. Could it be 1F? Yes. Hope everybody noticed how I did better at the workstation without Damien there telling me random wrong statements. Nothing here to do. Conduct great work. It is. Attention, extra line 049. Transportation mode non-stop. Coming item, number 1, pighead. Correct weight and color none, stamp it, yes. Item number 1, note, for ritual purpose, all checks unnecessary except stamping. Red stamp necessary. Number 2 is bottle, yes. Color weight. Okay. What does the germ look like? I am ready. You stay here. Stamp. You go in there. I'm not following up that well. You go in. Up. Come on. Cut that. No. Keep it going. I'm not checking for germs, should I be? Can't get these right. These are just stacking up. Sure. 30, that's a good one. Stampy stamp. I love it how that, you know, they put me on trial. They don't really tell me what's it about or whether I'm actually on trial. They're like, yeah, you should be able to, you know, do a full workload. Because why not? What would stop you? I mean, it's a bit weird to, have to work while you're worried about. Come on. You're always overweight them. While you're worried about your, you know, life in a way. They did ask me questions about my father's crime and whether I would have reported him. And stuff like that. So they're definitely asking, like, would you report somebody who's doing the crime? All the crime? You found an unqualified item. Well, do I look like I care? Still got so many bottles to look. Stamp. Bottle is yellow. Not that it matters to anyone. How are you supposed to do this in time? Finish up quick. Yes, yes. I wouldn't want to miss my trial. Bloop. I'm done with work. I'm done. Stop shaking. Stop shaking. Okay, let's go to trial. Shall we? Can't wait. Oh, actually I can. Not gonna wait anymore. A bee. Hi there. Are you getting used to the work? Yeah, somehow. Good. Time for the court again. Cool, cool. Cool, cool. I'd like to finally be told what's going on. Oh God. You may sit here, Mr. Crawford. Hopefully they'll reach some sort of conclusion today. Meet you after the court. Good evening, citizens beloved. Second day in the trial. It's time for us to hear what the judges think. But first, the defendants. This one shall be done today. Here I call Katya Ivanov. Does she have changed her statement somehow? Overnight. Okay then, where were we yesterday? Alright, you admitted your trespassing and gave us a name. Joseph. We'll definitely look into that, although you could totally just make that up. So what else do you want to tell us before we hear it from some of our citizens? I don't know what to say except to repeat the truth. I didn't make Joseph up, that's just what he taught me. And I know nothing about these. Travelled a long way from Romance to Aiden just to seek a new life. Never did I, and will I, mean any harm to Aiden or its people. That's all. Okay, I think we've heard enough of that. Now staff, let's roll the dice. Literally, or... Oh, literally. Is that a guilty meter? Oh, citizen number 27. Please come forward to the stage. I was like, that's slightly less weird. Anonymous. Thank you, Your Honor, for having me. I see things in a very simple way here. It doesn't really matter where she came from. Did she break the law? Yes. So is she guilty? Of course. So for connection with these, well, as long as we exile her, she won't be able to do any harm to us anyway, right? We'll just have to strengthen our border control. Is all I'm saying. Thank you. Next. That is, you know, slightly less weird than saying, hey, we roll a number of how guilty you are. Citizen number 241, please come forward to the stage. Hi, Your Honor and everyone. I think there is no need to argue if she's guilty or not, since she already admitted it. The question is, should we let her stay? And the way I see it, we should not. If anyone can just come to our streets and line up for food, how are we going to survive? Think about your families. Do you have enough food on your tables? Do you want to make your share of food even smaller? Do you want some foreigners to make our food supply station even more crowded? I certainly don't. Thank you. Next. I'm going to be one of them. Because I wasn't given a code. I'm not anonymous here. Citizen number 50. Please come forward to the stage. I don't know, sir. She's guilty, that's for sure. But I mean, do we need people in the front lines now? Maybe we can put her there or something. Yeah, she may be dangerous if she's like, from these. Oh, stupid me. If she's really a terrorist, who knows what she'd do to our food there? We don't want to take that risk, do we? Let's just exile her for good. That's what she deserves anyway. Thank you. Next. How many people are going to hear on this? Citizen number 37, please come forward to the stage. Your Honor and everybody, it's clear that she trespassed, so I'll just skip that. About these though, there is one thing she said caught my attention. Didn't she say she paid for those people to get her here? That's true, these people must be very experienced, right? So why didn't she have an ID, even a fake one? There must be something wrong. Maybe she's not been honest with that at all. Maybe she's indeed a member of these. Either way, we can't have her in Iden. Well, they all agree. Thank you all, beloved citizens. I think you've all made good points, especially the last one. But you should know, it's never up to me to decide what's good or bad. In a minute, we'll have 1 or 2 rounds of voting. You can use the panel on your seat to vote anonymously. Before that though, Katya Ivanov, if you want to defend yourself, now's your last chance. This is a weird way to have a trial. What's wrong? Nothing. No matter what I say, it's not going to change the result, is it? If we keep saying things that don't matter, I don't see why it'll change. Our judges are not going to be lenient just because of your kind words. You broke the law, you broke the law. Nothing to say then. Thank you for your cooperation. Staff, let's take off the stage. Now every judge that is present, please choose. Am I a judge? God. She did trespass here. Also, they said it's anonymously, but I don't know how much it is. Okay, let's assume it's... The thing is, she is guilty of trespassing, but I don't agree with exiling her. There's no way for me to say that. Not guilty. Let's see whether it's gonna be anonymous. Wow. Yeah. Intense. There's 250 people and they all agreed. Okay, the result is guilty, 249 votes against not guilty, 1 vote. It could just be a misinput, we had that before, and the result won't be affected by it anyway. Well then, since she's found guilty, the next voting is going to be about her sentence. Oh, if I would have known her, known that. The 2 possible options are decided based on Iden's law stowaway section. She wants to work, so let's send her to labor. Although I don't assume that prison labor is the same as, you know, getting a job. Is there going to be more votes though? Okay, yeah. Thank you all for your cooperation. I think we have a verdict. Here I announce Katya Ivanov, guilty of stowaway, sentenced to exile. The execution will take place in 1 week. Like, obviously, with execution, I thought of the execution where they kill you. But execution could also just mean to execute the verdict. The judge's decision is final. Case closed. Next, we'll continue our conversation yesterday with the other defendant. Please come forward to the stage, Evan Hallam. I've got to say, not that many people can be as calm as you're standing here, Mr. Hallam. Not necessarily, I'm just bad at showing emotions. Well, we'll see. So yesterday you questioned the possibility of us knowing if there were items taken from your belt. Is that correct? Yes. And the reason for that is our distribution system. It makes things so hard it is impossible to know how many items will arrive at my booth in the first place. Right. About that. Here's our answer. Indeed, you're right about the distribution system. Normally one can never tell if there are things missing from the belt because no one knows the correct sum. But, you know, we always go to great lengths when we're dealing with terrorists. So this time what we did was asking every food inspector in Skyline but you to go out for a 1 day off. And then everything became simple. If the sum total of items that they decreased, it must be you who took something off the belt. And to our surprise, it worked the first time we tried. To be exact, the sum total was down by 1 that day. You took it, am I right? That is true. It will mean you had to sacrifice the entire Skyline's manpower for a day. Exactly like I said, we spared no effort. But still doesn't make sense. We have every officer who took part in this to prove it. There is no running away from this, Mr. Hallam. Just admit your D's membership and cooperate with us. That might be the only way our judges would go a little bit easier on you. Even if I did take things off the belt, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm with teeth, does it? What are you trying to say? Do you stole food for yourself? Alright, yes, you got me. I'll admit, I did take some food from the belt for myself. But again, you can't say I'm a member of these just by that. I took items off the belt a lot. Not a coffin. One time there was a coffin. Mr. Hallam, if you're trying to convince us here, you'd better explain everything right. The timing of your application for the Skyline, your misbehave as a top food inspector, and what exactly you took from the belt. Okay then. At this point, I think sharing the truth is the only way I can help myself in this trial, isn't it? Of course. Okay then, the truth. I asked for transfer only because I'm sick of being underground, and the food there is just nothing special. What do you mean, nothing special? I mean, nothing worth taking. I've always known how easy and safe to take food off the belt, but why would I want to stow canned food while I could eat much better meals every day? So that's why I wanted to go up there, where there's rare food, not because I'm working with these or something. The timing there was merely a coincidence, and the fact that I took food off the belt doesn't really conflict with me being a good food inspector. Why? Because I'm not the only one that's doing it. I've heard it and seen it with my eyes. Many inspectors, good or bad, are also doing it. Not just inspectors, the government. That's enough, Mr. Hallam. Please don't go astray from the case here and don't try to spread unproven rumors. Just tell us what you took from the belt so we can move on. I was just trying to tell the whole truth to the judges. Stop calling it truth, Mr. Hallam. Last warning. What food did you take? An apple. Well, just as what we found out. Sure you did, I'd said I'd be telling the truth. Alright, all I know is that your crimes can be confirmed now. Crime, not crimes. Yeah, we'll see about that. Whatever I did for myself, not these. You'll have your chance to defend for the last time tomorrow. What? Staff, take him down. God. God, oh God. Beloved citizens, we resent people that abuse their power like Mr. Hallam does. We'll never allow that kind of thing to happen under our supervision, because we know how crucial a fair distribution is to the health of our society. What Mr. Hallam did is the opposite of that, and even try and spread rumors to make himself look less evil. I believe you're all smart enough to see through that. But still, what he did by there can already be considered an overt thought crime to some extent, which is not much better than what these did. Please take that into consideration when making a decision tomorrow. Totally not influencing our decision there, are you? Right, I think that's all for us today. Apologize for such a long trial. Like yesterday, we may now go to the Grand Hall and get your free food. Eat well and have a good night. Dismissed. Yeah. So... yeah. Sorry you had to listen to Mr. Hallam's speech back there. Many defendants just broke down and started talking gibberish like that. Don't let that get to you. Alright, have a good night then. I don't really need to eat anything, do I? Oh yeah, my health just went down. I would probably have... oh god. So many stale breads. Okay, go to bed. Phew. It broke my heart to see Katja end up like that. I wish I had the courage of Ivan. I know what he said is true, but what am I gonna do even if I did? Nothing has ever changed since that day. What's this? Better call Quinn, lawyer. Cat was slipped under the door, lawyer Quinn. 266-5248. Well, I don't have a phone here right now. So I guess I'm gonna go to work. Do I have a phone in my booth? Did I ever check for that? Because I don't have a phone in the workroom, and usually... Oh god. I check for that. Because I might need a lawyer. Somebody thinks I do. Attention, extra line 0409. Transportation mode non-stop. Coming item number 1, Liva. Ba 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 ba. Sprouts. Yes. There's lacing necessarily. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So next. Wonderful. This is an item 2. Red. Larva. How lovely. How absolutely lovely. Who's gonna eat that? It's too heavy and I can't report it. There's 2 coffins now. 3. Okay, they're just 3 random coffins there. 4. Okay. Not gonna question it. Why would I question the coffins? God, it's so spooky to just have coffins float over. 258. There's a lot to sort out today. So, 4 coffins, does that mean there's 4 specific people that I might know of? Is it the people that had to come forward and talk? There were 4 people that had to give their opinion in public. It's not enough. I don't know what else the 4 could be referring to. I'm sure the sprouts will be finally there. If not, that just throwing out things left and right. Oops, I don't need to check you. Yes, I'm getting there. Am I done? Can I go to trial now? See the next person? What am I getting money for now? Like I even get a time bonus and everything. Now what for? Well done, thank you. So, good afternoon. Follow me to the court, please. I'm looking forward to it. Can't think of anything nicer than, you know, Alright, Mr. Crawford. If everything goes right, today should be the end. Is Ivan Hallam's case closed? Good luck. Why are you telling me good luck? Is everybody being escorted into the room like that, or is it just me? Good evening, citizens beloved. Following what we discussed yesterday, today we'll hear from some of you and hopefully wrap up the trial. Okay, let's first bring the defendant out. Here I call Ivan Hallam. Mr. Hallam, yesterday you admitted to your misfeasance as a food inspector after we provided our evidence. We're still shocked and sad to see a good government worker turned out this way. However, we'll never mitigate the punishment because of who you are. I'm not asking for mitigation anyway. I just want a fair verdict based on evidence. You'll get what you want, not what you deserve. Let's hear it from some of our judges, shall we? Staff, get that rice rolling. What number am I? Will I have to speak? Citizen number 194, please come forward to the stage. Your Honor and everybody, honestly I'm shocked to hear what the defendant did. It's the first time I've seen a food inspector who's not satisfied with what he's already having. And with so little food we civilians are getting, he still wanted to steal from us. We should never allow him to work in the government again, to say the least. He's definitely got to pay more than that. Okay. Thank you. Next. I mean, I know for certain that he is part of these, so he's getting away easy, isn't he? 115. Citizen by 115. Please come forward to the stage. Sir, when the defendant said all those things about how the other inspectors were like him, for a moment I believed him, became so afraid, another hypo, and confused at the same time. But luckily you stepped in and disproved it right away. I knew it couldn't be true. You'd have noticed it for sure if it was real. And you would never let that happen, right? I don't understand why the defendant would say those things. But never with good intentions could one lie like that. Please make him realize how much wrong he's done. Thank you. Next. Citizen number 145, please come forward to the stage. Glad to be selected, Your Honor. Just want to say I agree with the last speaker, and I think the problem with the defendant is not just his misfeasance, but also his attitude. He speaks and acts. It's clearly leading to corrupt thoughts. We know it's more dangerous than taking things off the belt, don't we? Let's eradicate that before it grows worse. But anyhow, I don't think he should work for the people again. Once polluted, can't be trusted. Did we not have 4 people last time? Was that already 4? Thank you all, beloved citizens. You've made better points than I've ever imagined. Oh, I can see how eagerly Mr. Hallam is trying to speak for himself there. Let's hear him out before we move on to voting. What do you want to say for yourself at last, Mr. Hallam? Please stop me from talking this time. You know we can't promise that, but since it's your last chance, we'll surely be more lenient. Well then, dear citizens, I can see how you still remember what I said yesterday. I won't try to stress how true they are again, because that might just look like desperate call for sympathy, if not worse. But I do have something else to say. What I did, taking food off the belt, is wrong. But why is it wrong? Have you really thought about that? Not just because the law says so. Go deeper than that. Why does the law say so? If you can all go through that process at once, you'll see what I'm trying to say here. That's all. That's all? Thought you were going to give us a lecture or something, so that we can learn from your criminal teacher. Alright, staff, please take Mr. Hallam off the stage. Why is it law? Dear judges, let's start the voting, shall we? He admitted to it, so he is guilty of it. Oh, somebody else voted not guilty. Interesting. I mean, he obviously... a couple of people said not guilty. Interesting. So... less people are inclined to call him guilty. Okay, I believe this result doesn't come out as a surprise to anyone. Few voted against it though. Don't know what they were thinking, but in Iden one can never get away with stealing food. Now about the sentence. Based on Iden law, there will be two possible voting options. One is immediate dismissal, which also includes a permanent ban on future application for any government position. The other is paying a fine of £50,000. And also because Salem's current thought condition, there will be a compulsory educational program for him to take. Failing that result in further prosecution. Okay, let's get started. The thing is, I don't know how much the fine, like what would hurt him more. The dismissal or the fine. Because what happens if you can't pay the fine? I don't know how much that is worth in that setting. You know, if somebody were to tell me you would have to pay €100 or never work this job again, it's like, I want to pay the money. But if it was 100,000, no, that's a different story. And I don't have the reference value for what is what. I'm gonna go with fine, dismiss. Like, it could be all his life savings, whether it's, you know, find a different job? I don't know. Oh god, I'm gonna go with fine. This is not one where I know, like, oh, this is the good and this is the bad choice. So, what do the people think? The thing with the fine is that he can continue working in a governmental position. So maybe that also factors into there. Yeah, that definitely factors into that. Well chosen, the result is just like what I expected. Glad the majority was not affected by the defendant's discretion. So here I announce, Arvin Harlem, guilty of misfeasance, is sentenced to dismissal. The execution will take place after he completed the education program. The judge's decision is semi-final. Further prosecution may occur. Case closed. Oh, okay. Dear citizens, there's one more thing before we finish. We've just been informed that a new suspect has been confirmed and he's right here with us. Another food inspector from our skyline, Ned Crawford. Staff, please bring him on the stage. I knew I wasn't there just to vote. What is it that you have against me? So, Mr. Crawford, we thank you for your service up there for the people. However, just as we stressed, no matter who you are, no injustice will be allowed on our watch. Sorry, but what did I do exactly? Do you still remember how we found out about Arvin Hallam's misfeasance? Yeah, good. Yes, he's not the only one we checked. What? Yeah, I know, the cost of one operation like that was extremely high, so we couldn't do many. But it would be too stupid to think D's only had one spy up there, don't you think? So choose a few more targets that caught our attention. And there was you, the son of Benjamin Crawford. That's right. His father was among the men who put our entire city in danger 15 years ago. Mr. Crawford, we always wondered why they even let you become a food inspector in the first place. Because we didn't worry for nothing. You're not that different from your father, are you? Tomorrow we will officially press charges, with more evidence, of course. So tonight you may want to contact your lawyer if you're gonna have one. Is that clear? Yes? Good. Staff, take him down. Well, that's gonna make for a wonderful next episode, I think. Dear citizens, I'm sorry that this trial may still go on for a few days. Please understand, and like always, you may now head to the Grand Hall to get your free food. That's the reward you all deserve. Dismissed. It's gonna make for a wonderful last episode next time. Because it feels like this is going to end now. I don't know what I've achieved so far, whether I could have achieved more. Probably shouldn't have taken the extra bottle now, because early bottles seemed fine, and hey, I didn't get milk today. Alright, Mr. Crawford, I honestly didn't expect to hear any of that about you today. Guess there's a lesson for me to learn. Anyway, if you have a lawyer to call, now is the time. Sure, let's try to call the lawyer. Yeah, I do. Okay, follow me. Here we are. Feel free to pick one and dial. I'll be waiting in the back. Oh, and sorry about those speakers. We have to make sure it's not abused. You can talk with your lawyer in private tomorrow, so relax. Here we go, 266-5248. Hello, may I help you? Yeah, may I speak to Quinn? Your name, sir? It's Ned Crawford. Okay, a moment, please. Hi there, Quinn speaking. Oh, hi. I just called to ask if you're available to help defend me tomorrow. Also, how much does that cost? Tomorrow? That's a short notice. But hold on, let me check my schedule. You know what, Mr. Crawford? I just happen to be free tomorrow. Lucky you. So the rate, well, it's case by case. So I can't really tell right now. But I'll meet first and discuss it tomorrow. That's good, but what if I don't have enough money to pay you? Don't worry, we accept payment by installments. Oh, okay. Good. I'll be at the court tomorrow. See you then. Okay. Now that that's it, sounds like you have a deal. Let's head back. Well then, just for your information, work still continues tomorrow. I'll meet you after that, like always. Okay. Just drink some milk. Need some bread. Can I finally get rid of the black bottle? Okay. So now I can finish this episode here. Thank you so much for watching. I am guilty of taking bottles and forwarding them. For my information, they were seeds, but maybe the government doesn't want that. Maybe having a food scarcity, something like in 1984, where they want people to have a lack of stuff. I have 2,000, which, you know, 2 massages for a little bit, or probably help me get a lawyer, which sounds more useful. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll be back soon with more.